Good afternoon, students, family, and friends. Welcome to this special day for the class of 2014. My name is Bob Kopolowski, and it is with great pride that I can say I'm the principal of Badger High School. We have had a tremendous year at Badger with an amazing number of accomplishments. We are extremely proud of all of our graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce our salutatorian, Heather Halinga.
In the Great Red School, there were many seniors who thought they were cool, and a softball field and a room with a pool. And there were chefs who used some books to cook, and parents who proudly cheered very, very loudly, and telephones that rang, and students that sang, and athletes who ran, and a brown garbage can, and many orange girls who got a spray tan. Goodbye, school. And goodbye pool. Goodbye books and goodbye cooks. Goodbye parents, thank you so. Goodbye art room and pictures of Van Gogh. Goodbye teachers, goodbye bleachers. Goodbye fuzzy egg room creatures. Goodbye locker and goodbye soccer. Goodbye doors and goodbye floors. Goodbye Spanish, goodbye French. Goodbye metal office bench. Goodbye falling asleep at the table. Goodbye dysfunctional printer cable. Goodbye homework until next fall. And goodbye seniors, one and all. But congratulations, because we graduate today. We're off to great places. We're off and away. We have brains in our head. We have feet in our shoes. We can steer ourselves in any direction we choose. We're on our own, and we know what we know. And we are the people who'll decide where to go. We'll try different careers, look them over with care. About some we will say, I don't choose to work there. With our heads full of brains and our shoes full of feet, we're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And we may not find any we'll want to go down. In that case, of course, we'll head straight out of town. It's much freer there in the wide open air. But out there are things that can happen that can cause quite a fuss to people as brainy and footsy as us. And when things start to happen, we won't worry or stew. We'll go right along. We'll start happening too. Oh, the places we'll go. We'll be on our way up. We'll be seeing great sights. We'll join the high flyers who soar to great heights. We won't lag behind because we'll have the speed. We'll pass the whole gang and we'll soon take the lead. Wherever we fly, we'll be best of the best. Wherever we go, we will top all the rest. Except when we don't, because sometimes we won't. I'm sorry to say so, but we should discuss that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to us. We can get all hung up in too much college debt. We can get trapped by a sticky situation net. We may fall from cloud 9 with an unpleasant bump, and chances are then that we'll be in a schlump. And when we're in a schlump, we won't be in for much fun, for unschlumping ourselves is not easily done. We will come to a place where we must make a choice. We may stand up for ourselves and perhaps find our voice. Do we dare to speak up? Do we dare to begin? How much can we lose? How much can we win? And if we begin, can we change the world? Can we make it better, fighting flag unfurled? Simple it's not, I'm afraid we will find, for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. We may get so confused that we'll start to race down any easy path at a breaknecking pace, and grind on for miles across a weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place. The waiting place, for people just waiting. Waiting for a better day, or a rose bouquet, or an easier way, for spring to come, or a song to play, or waiting around for a trip away, or waiting for their hair to gray. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting around to fly a kite, or waiting around for a Friday night, or waiting, perhaps, to fix a mistake, a pot to boil, or a better break, a better paycheck, or a vacation to France, a nicer house, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for us. Somehow we'll escape all that waiting and pain. We'll work very hard and not toil in vain. With banner flip-flopping, once more we'll ride high, ready for anything under the skies, Ready because we are those kind of guys. Oh, the places we'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things we can do with that ball will make us the winningest winners of all. Fame. We'll be famous as famous can be. With the whole wide world watching us win on TV. Except when they don't. Because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes we'll play lonely games too. Games we can't win because we've wandered askew. All alone, whether we like it or not. Alone may be something we will be quite a lot. And when we're alone, there's a very good chance we'll meet things that scare us right out of our pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare us so much we won't want to go on. But on we will go, though the weather be foul. On we will go, though our enemies prowl. On we will go, though dissenters may scowl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though our paddles at home and our sneakers may leak. On and on we will hike, and I know we'll hike far, and face up to our problems, whatever they are. We'll get mixed up, of course, as we already know. We'll get mixed up with many strange birds as we go. We'll be sure when we step to step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. We'll never forget to be dexterous and deft, and remember that life's and never mix up our right foot with our left. And will we succeed? Yes, we will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. We can move mountains. So, if we go off to college or tech school this fall, or decide against going to college at all, or instead go to learn to herd elephants in Nepal, we're off to great places. Today is our day. Our mountain is waiting, so we'll be on our way. And now I'd like to introduce valedictorian Melissa Gruder.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you to all the family members and friends that came out to support us today. To all my fellow graduates, looking around, I can't help but think how crazy it is that this is the last time we'll see each other again as classmates. Though, I do say again loosely. I mean, I think most of you know me, but I'm pretty sure there are a couple of you who are just looking at each other right now like, she doesn't even go here. Anyway, I can't believe it's been 4 years. And not just because when I got my yearbook last week, I still saw people I've never gotten the chance to meet, but because of how far we've all come. Looking back at our yearbook from freshman year, it was filled with so many expectations. Our pictures were interspersed with quotes full of goals and anticipation. To get used to a bigger school or to get good grades, to make new friends or a varsity team. Now, after 4 years, looking at the pictures in our final yearbook, I might have imagined it, but we all looked a little more knowing. All the mysteries of high school are finally ours. All of those goals have by now either succeeded or failed. The questions about who we would become in high school are finally definitively answered, and all our infinite expectations for these 4 years have either been fulfilled or not. Recently, I heard something I thought was pretty funny. Within the span of just a few days, I heard from 4 different people that they'd been expecting high school to be a lot more like High School Musical. Yes, actually, and yes, with singing, I asked. Now, the first time someone told me that, I laughed because it had just never occurred to me that anyone would think that was how high school actually was. But after the 4th time, I started thinking about it a little more. I thought back to before my own freshman year, back to my own expectations of what high school would be like. Having been homeschooled for my whole life, what I'd seen of school was all from movies and TV, so my expectations weren't exactly spot on either. I wasn't expecting High School Musical, but I definitely remember thinking that Mean Girls was how high school probably was in real life. Obviously, we were all wrong. We didn't get continuous, atrocious singing, or a lot of rules involving pink and Wednesdays, as wonderful or as terrible as that could have been. It occurred to me that as we graduate, we're facing a similar situation. we're all facing the unknown once again, our futures. Though many of your expectations were probably much more realistic than those I just mentioned, I'm sure you've all met with plenty of surprises along the way, and the future will be no different. Graduation is a day defined by expectations for the future. Today, we set our sights on a new path, plan how we will travel it, and try to predict where it will go. But the thing is, just like for high school, no matter what our expectations are, they're likely to be wrong. Whether we exceed them, fall short, or simply end up going in a completely different direction. In some ways, I find graduation to be a lot like New Year's Eve. There are a lot of parties, everyone is looking forward to a new beginning, and everyone creates a whole slew of new expectations for the future. Inside the program today is a graduation quote that I chose by Ellen DeGeneres. It reads, "Follow your passion, stay true to yourself, never follow someone else's path unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path. By all means, you should follow that." Her quote struck me because it highlights the fact that, much like on New Year's Eve, there are so many idealistic but unrealistic expectations surrounding graduation. Of course, we'll all magically become fearless, independent thinking, and unerringly confident as we walk across to accept our diplomas. And as we leave, naturally begin our journeys toward changing the world and becoming hugely successful. Don't get me wrong, each and every one of those cliched proclamations is admirable, but they're often simply parroted on graduation day and then forgotten. I think New Year's resolutions have shown us all what comes of those kind of unrealistic, momentary expectations. Roughly 92% of people's New Year's resolutions fail. As I was writing this speech, or actually while I was procrastinating about writing this speech, I somewhat ironically saw the following post, which I think sums up those kind of resolutions nicely. Teenager post number 19,496. My goal for 2014 is to accomplish the goals of 2013, which I should have done in 2012 because I promised them in 2011 and planned them in 2010. Yeah. So let's not let our graduation turn into New Year's Eve. Instead of getting caught up in all of our great expectations, let's focus on the one thing we really can control. What kind of people we're becoming as we head into unknown futures. After all, it's not our expectations or even our goals, but our principles that guide us to wherever we're going. They're what direct and define the choices we make every day. And whether your expectations for the future come true or not, the one sure thing in your future is you. With that in mind, I like to think of a quote I passed on a poster each day as I walked to my locker by an author called Richard Bach. "You gave your life to become the person you are right now. Was it worth it?" At the end of the day, no matter what the future holds, no matter how it matches up to our expectations, we can at least make sure we are happy with our answer to that question. To me, that's the only way to know that I'll look back throughout the years to come with no regrets, regardless of the outcomes of any of my other expectations. Really, graduation, as it's defined as a time to set a new course for our futures, isn't just one day, it's every day. Each day, with every choice, we have another chance to decide anew who we're going to become. Another chance to graduate, if you will. Now, I know a lot of you are really hoping this speech will end already, so we can graduate right now. But first, I'd just like to thank a few of the many people who deserve it. My amazing family, and especially my incredible mom, who homeschooled me all the way up until freshman year. I'm up here because of you. And to all my friends, I love you all. I know there were a lot of times when I had to be all like, I can't go out. I'm studying. So thanks for putting up with me. And finally, to the entire class of 2014, congratulations. Now, could everyone please join me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. James Gottinger, to the podium.
Thank you. Great speeches from our valedictorian, salutatorian. By the way, you see 7 students sitting up there today, and we had 7 students tied for the #1 in class ranking, and tiebreakers determined that, but it says volumes, speaks volumes of the class of 2014 and their academic achievements. Proud to be here today, as every year, to celebrate our graduation. And I'd like to congratulate the parents and the family members who are sitting in the bleachers and on the track here today for all of the help that you gave these students to make them into the fine young men and women that they are and completing their high school education. And I know your support will be there as they continue on into the future. And they will appreciate that, even though they most of the time don't say that. Okay. I'd also like to thank and introduce the members of the Board of Education who are with us today. I think that we have a great educational program at Badger High School. The board has a lot to do with bringing those programs to our students by supporting the curricular offerings and extracurricular offerings that are at Badger High School. And so I'd like to introduce the two board members who are with us today, Dr. Jeffrey Buntrock and Mrs. Nikki Seisel. I'd like to compliment our students on their speeches and to let you know that I kind of do things a little differently with speeches. So I appreciate the coming here today, and it's a very important ceremony, and many of our students here have been involved in a lot of ceremonies over the years. I think that somebody here probably had a preschool graduation. Many of our students here were part of kindergarten fly-ups. You graduated from middle schools. Now you're graduating from high schools. In the future, there will be more ceremonies. You will have ceremonies that will honor future graduations from other institutions. You may have job promotions, getting jobs, military promotions, all kinds of various ceremonies that will enter your life. Obviously, for an educational institution, graduating from high school is a culminating experience, and it makes you very special. All of those ceremonies make you very special. But I'm here also today that there should be something about today that should be rather humbling to you. Because although you've been special, we have 7 people here today with the highest grade point in your class, you all, in some ways, are not special. I stole some of my comments from David McCullough, who wrote a speech delivered at a graduation that you're not special, which kind of had some meaning to this ceremony today. Even though you've had great accomplishments, you're all sitting here today in the same cap and gown. You all will be receiving the same diploma, except for the name on that diploma. This ceremony today is really a leveling of the playing surface again for all of you. You've had some great accomplishments, and you will move forward, but you start over again. If you were a great student and a scholar, you have a chance to prove yourself again with some great background. If you were a slacker and just made it through, you have another opportunity to prove yourself on another playing field as you go forward. I challenge you to do that. Also, McCullough pointed out something about exceptionalism, that we're in a time where it's not okay just to be part of the team, that you have to be the star of the team, and that's not just an extracurricular activity. And I'm here to caution on that whole concept of exceptionalism, because I think we lose what's the important part of being part of a team process. It's okay to be the person who contributes to that team, but isn't the star player, or isn't the highest honor roll student, but you contribute to the good of mankind. And I challenge you to go forward to continue to do the best that you can do, rather than having to be the best at whatever it is that you do. Because I think that's an important concept sometimes lost. To look at this concept today, I took these statistics. There's approximately 3 million high school students graduating during this time of year across our country. We have a valedictorian today, and congratulations on a great valedictorian. We have about 37,000 high schools in our country, which means there are 37,000 valedictorians in places. So again, ultimate experiences, but there's more like you out there, and that's at all ends of the spectrum. I hope your education over the years provides something that's not just for material gain, but that has an excitement of its own to gain new knowledge and go forward. Sophocles was the person who said that wisdom is the answer. It's the ultimate element of happiness. And that wisdom is gained from experience, knowledge, and good judgment. You're moving down the road of experience. You gained a lot of knowledge, and you have more to get because you know you don't know it all, or you should know that, and you need to exercise it with good judgment. As you move forward, I ask that you do 4 things to make your life special and exceptional. And that's 1 is to live it with passion. Love what you do and believe in the importance of what you're doing. Set goals that stretch yourself, push yourself forward. Think big, dream big, and work hard to accomplish those goals, always knowing that you have to reset them. Those of you who are sitting today who set that goal to go to Harvard, many of you are not. So wherever you do go, reset that goal and accomplish big things there. And then your values. Some of them come from your parents. You will continue to hone those. Many of them come from your parents. Some of them come from your school. Honesty, integrity, sincerity, and service to others. And develop a moral sensibility along the way. And last but not least, you have to be ready for a change. Lots of change has greeted you as you've been a student at Badger High School. It will continue to greet you along the way. Embrace it, prepare for it, and accept it. You are not special because everyone is special. Have an extraordinary life, be the best that you can be, and move yourself forward. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Principal at Badger High School, Mr. Bob Kopolowski.
Family and friends, the accomplishments of the class of 2014 are staggering. 37% of the class, or 125 students, are graduating with honors cords. Let's give them a hand. As was mentioned, we had 7 students who tied for first in class rank. I would like to introduce each one of these scholars and ask them to stand when their name is read. Matthew Frazier, Melissa Gruder, Eric Hines, Heather Halinga, Sophie Lazzaroni, Thomas Ritzman, and Logan Tenney. Congratulations to those 7 on a tremendous 4 years. National and state and conference championships were achieved in numerous activities. It has been a great 4 years for these students at Badger. I would also like to honor Bruce Rank, who is retiring from Badger after 35 years of service. Thank you for all of your hard work and dedication these many years. Students in the class of 2014. Maya Angelou, noted poet and considered by many to be the voice of an American generation, just passed away a few short days ago. Her words of wisdom, faith, and courage have inspired and challenged our country. Some of her most famous quotes seem especially relevant on this your graduation day. Miss Angelou stated, "All great achievements require time." Our country is becoming more and more of an I want it now and I want it now society. Patience and persistence will pay off in the long run. Stay on the path you choose and understand that while taking your time is okay, you must keep pressing forward, undaunted by the challenges that await you. Hard work and diligence will pay off. Another Angelou quote is, "You are the sum total of everything you've ever seen, heard, eaten, smelled, been told, forgot. It's all there. Everything influences each of us, and because of that, I try to make sure that my experiences are positive." Life is too short to be around negative people and negative situations. Find the positives in all of your experiences and find friends who do the same. Make sure to find time to dance. Angelou also reflected a number of times on the importance of courage. It takes courage to be yourself and to follow your own path. She once stated, "If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude." Use your courage and strength to change and control what you can. Don't let others dictate what you will or won't accomplish. Also, have the wisdom to know what you can't change and learn to deal with it, since the world is certainly not a perfect place. Finally, my favorite Maya Angelou quote is, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This perhaps is the easiest advice to follow moving forward with your lives. Treat each other with respect, with kindness, with compassion, and the world around you will be a better place. Thank you, and congratulations to you all. Representatives of the school board, as principal of Lake Geneva Genoa City Union High School, I would like to certify to you that these students have met the graduation requirements necessary for a Badger High School diploma. I present to you the class of 2014. The students will now receive their diplomas with Senior Class President Gigi Long and Student Council Co-President Sophia Forster announcing the names.
Ellie Adams. Mike Adams. Madeline Leclerc Angler. James Algren. Andrew Allen. Jacob Anderson. Nick Anderson. Ana Ariano. Anthony Ashley. Jennifer Avila. David Ayala. Fernanda Ayala. Samantha Ayasi. Nicholas Ayers. Tess Bakken. Kiara Beek. Lincoln Bass. Jared Blada. Samantha Bloomberg. Cooper Bone. Austin Bors. Victoria Boris. Jesse Borasso. Matthew Bowers. Brittany Brayback. Colin Broderick. Bianca Brown. Alex Gutierrez. Aliyah Bugala Hastings. Derek Leroy Buntrock. Nicole Burkos. River Burnett. Patrick Byrne. Michael Butler. Lexi Butcher. Britt Campbell. Chandler Carson. Dakota Carmer. Elizabeth Carroll. Marissa Caudill. Cynthia Cecil. Jasmine Chapman. Andrew Shabbles. Cheyenne Chicola. Tyler Clark. Sarah Clausen. Carson Harley Close. Dylan Collins. Amanda Lee Conder. Brenna Lee Connors. Gregory Corpus. Emily Costa. Ryan Cox. Michael Coyne. Caitlin Crack. Tyler Cruz. Sophia Cruz. Andrew Jeffrey Seigner. Amanda Rose Daniel. Allison Creed Davis. Derek Danicky. Gavin Danicky. Sydney Deers. Zach Dixon. Nicholas Domlik. Montserrat San Diego. Josh Doyle. What? Dylan Drake. Jordan Droner. Alexandria Dolphin. Timothy Donford. Kyle Dupe. Ashley Eichen. Max Angerman. Alexandra Escobar.
Christian Ezel.
Christian Ezel. Mariah Ferrari. Sarah Fields. Eric Fisher. Aiden Fleer. Delaney Rose Flynn. Laura Flynn. Leah Foltman. Jason Fong. Cortland Freeman. Caitlin Grace Friend. Tori Gallo. Hunter Gabers. Abigail Gibbs. Celeste Gibbertini. Evan Gibson. Jason Gill. Juan Guiron. Cheyenne Ghostberry. Graham Good. Ashley Gray. Jonathan Green. Catherine Gregolis. Phoebe Graska. Veronica Grusinski.
Tanner Jacob Gullickson.
Tanner Jacob Gallison. Nicholas Hall. Tyler Hall. Jay Hamilton. Jade Ham. Joseph Harris. Grace Hadelstadt. Jennifer Herman. Eric Hernandez. Vanessa Hillary. Reed Hinckley Barn. Lexa Hakevich. Morgan Human. Jessica Wertha. Ramesh Horton. Ashlyn Hughes. Elena Nicole Holman. Trevor Hunt. Matthew Johns. Janet James. Erica Jenny. Sierra Johnson. Beth Jones. Chad Walter Jones. Rebecca Camps. Kyle Cap. Gabriel Kassenberg. Devin Kelly. Laura Kidder. Brianna Kincaid. Catherine Ann Clegg. Mackenzie Noak. Brad Copenhaber. Jacob Keslowski. Dan Framer. Brooke Madison Krause. Corey Kafanka. Angelina Laban. James Allen Linus III. Haley Linenger. Leo Litzman. Casey Keegan Lovey. Jordan Loxton. Brandon Lochterman. Eric Jensen.
Areli Lopez.
Jacob Orion Lucht.
Jacob Orion Lucht.
Yeah.
Jacob Orion Lucht. Allison Lujai.
Trevor Lutz.
Trevor Lutz.
William McClay.
I didn't know that. William McClay.
Rigoberto Mantilla.
Do you want me to say Mantilla? Is it Mantilla? Okay. Rigoberto Mantilla. Eric Martinez. Elizabeth Marvitz. Nick Massini.
Slow down just a little bit.
Okay.
Chad McLaughlin.
What?
Chad McLaughlin.
McLafferty. Chad McLafferty.
Angelique Minell.
Jacqueline. Angelique Jacqueline Minell.
John Nicholas Mary.
John Nicholas Mary.
Michelle Myers.
I like it simple. Michelle Myers. Conway Middleton? I knew that. Conway Middleton. Autumn Microt. Zachary Miller. Zachary Miller. Miller? Noah Miller. Monson? Tiffany Monson.
Christopher James Molman.
What was the last name?
Molman.
Molman. Christopher James Molman. Christopher James Molman.
Matt Monroe.
Matt Monroe.
Alyssa Montes de Oca.
I got you. Okay. Alyssa Montes de Oca.
Jacob Morelli.
Morelli. Jacob Morelli. Kevin Morgan. What is last name? Mila?
Yes.
Like M?
Yes.
Alexander Mila.
Yep.
Alexander Mila. Lourdes? Lourdes. Lourdes Murillo. Lourdes Murillo. What? I'm sorry. Juan Morrow. Is that okay? Juan Morrow. Kevin Murray.
Amy Mutimer. You know me.
Mutimer? Yeah. Say it right. Amy Mutimer.
Gregory Hayden Myrie.
Okay, is your last name Myrie?
Yeah, Myrie.
Gregory Hayden Myrie.
Jeremy Andrew Nelson.
Jeremy Andrew Nelson. Desiree Newell.
Jacob Nietzsche.
Riley Nosak. Travis Northern. Jessica Nova. Gavin Nowak. Lucas Nowakowski. Andrew Chunk Nugent. Brian Robert Nugent.
Oh, I guess I have to say mine.
Caitlin Christine Nugent. Mimi O'Brien. Rachel Oschenschläger. Benjamin Oden. Monique Odom. Alexis Olsen. Alyssa Olsen. Miranda Olsen. Zach Otts. Brittany Otto. Danielle Owens. Can you go this way, but I'm like away from the mic. Allison.
Kira Palmisano.
Palmisano. Kira Palmisano. Jordan Pollock. Shelby Peck. One more time. Leo Dan Villanueva.
Zane Petrat.
For what?
Zane Petrat. Petrat, yep.
Zane Petrak.
Destiny Phillips.
Destiny Phillips.
Grant David Pierce.
Grant David Pierce.
Jacob Pierce.
Jacob Pierce.
Glenn Porter III.
I knew that was coming. Glenn Porter III. Marissa Powell. Matthew Reynolds. Alicia Richardson.
Shayla Rivera.
Shayla
Rivera.
What is V?
Yeah.
Shayla Rivero. I'm sorry. Shayla Rivero. Jeffrey Robinson. Eric Rowan.
Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan Ross. Daisy Sanchez. I'm sorry. Yohali Sanchez. Yohali, right? Okay. Yohali Sanchez. Tito Sanchez. Ashley Sainu.
Gino Sanfratello.
One more time.
Gino Sanfratello.
Sanfratello.
Yep.
Gino Sanfratello. Catherine Sander. Corinne Sass. Connor Shade.
Robin Shireman.
Shireman. Right?
Sorry.
Okay. Robin Shireman.
You got it.
Rutger Schieser.
Braden Schmidt.
Braden Schmidt.
Jessica Schmeg.
Schmeg? Just
Schmeg.
want to make sure I get it right. Jessica Schmeg.
Melissa Schneider.
Schreider?
Schneider.
Schneider.
Yep.
Melissa Schneider. Melissa Schneider.
Thomas Schneider.
Thomas Schneider.
Donald Schnur.
Donald what?
Schnur.
Schnur. Yeah?
Yeah.
Donald Schnur.
Gordon Shooty.
What?
Gordon Shooty.
Gordon Shooty. Gordon Shooty.
Jacob Scholes.
Jacob Scholes.
Amalia Schumacher.
Amalia Schumacher.
Trevor Shooty.
Trevor Shooty.
Tanner Joshua Scott.
Tanner Joshua Scott.
Zachary Tyler Scott.
Zachary Tyler Scott.
Jackson Allen Seberg. Jackson Allen Seberg.
Jackson Allen Seberg.
Anayeli Serna.
Anayeli Serna. Anayeli Serna.
Monica Christine Serna.
Monica Christine Serna.
Yeah.
Monica Christine Serna.
Daisy Serrano.
Daisy Serrano.
Lathan Sharp.
Sharp.
Yeah, Lathan.
Lathan Sharp. Tyler Sheeks.
Carly Sinclair.
Carly Sinclair. Carly Skates. Marissa Skipper. Monica Skipper. Sean Smith. Summer Smith. Do you want to be Robert? You can be Robert. Robert Smoller. Autumn Soda. Jeanette Solana. Solana. Yes. Jeanette Solana. Adrian Somerville. Christian Sontag. Taylor Southworth. Nathan Spala. Cody Speckman. Rachel Spencer. Stephanie Stanley. Tara Stewart. Andrew Stilp. Tyler Stilp. Paige Stork. Donald Sullivan.
Eric Sundstrom.
What is it?
Eric Sundstrom.
Sundstrom?
Yeah.
Eric Sundstrom. Yeah. Eric Sundstrom.
Alexandria Swarthout.
Swarthout.
You got it.
Alexandria Swarthout. Michael Tanner. Leslie Victoria Tapia. What's her? Wait, what is your last name? Thomas, I knew that. It sounded like you're saying Thomas. Zachary Thomas. Morgan Tisa. Nidau 2. Anna Topcheski.
Nick Troutner.
You want to be Nick? Okay. Nick Troutner. Jacqueline Teeding.
Christian Villegas.
What is it?
Villegas.
Villegas.
Yeah.
Christian Villegas.
Nicholas Walter Volbrecht.
Oh God. Nicholas Walter Volbrecht.
Yeah.
Nicholas Walter. Nicholas Walter Volbrecht. Zach Waddington. Megan Wadsworth.
Bailey Wadsworth.
Bailey? Yeah. Bailey Wadsworth. Jack Walker. Nicole Walsh. Melanie Wan.
Okay.
Thank you for making it simple. Devin Wygant.
Danny Weiner. Yeah, Weiner.
Danny Weiner.
Jacob Westfall.
Jacob Westfall.
Sierra Skylar Wilkin.
Yes. Sierra Skylar Wilkin. Brittany Wisniewski. Matthew Bowlers Newell. Thank you. Carrie Wolf. What's the last name? Woodby? And Tori Woodby. I knew that. Why am I saying that? Isabella Snow Yonke.
Katrina York.
Katrina York. Marissa Young. Yusra Safar.
Timothy Nicholas Zelensky. Timothy Nicholas? Yeah, Timothy Nicholas Zelensky.
Timothy Nicholas Zelensky.
Jay Zarowski.
Jay what?
Zarowski.
Zarowski.
Yeah.
Jay Zarowski. Kristen Zitniowski.
Eric Jeffrey Hines.
Eric Jeffrey Hines.
Sophia Marie Lazzaroni. What's the middle one? Marie.
Murray?
Marie. Never mind. Sophia Lazzaroni. Sorry.
Sophia Lazzaroni. No middle name? Thank God. Sorry. No. Heather Helenga.
Okay, is it actually Gruta or is it Greta?
It's Greta. Yeah. Your accent. I just copied it.
Melissa Gritta.
Do I? Are you Matt or Matthew?
Matthew Frazier.
Thomas Arthur Ritzman.
Thomas Arthur Ritzman.
Logan Thomas Tenney.
Logan Thomas Tenney.
Gigi Lung.
Forster, not Forrester. Forster. Forster.
Sophie Forrester.
Thank you.
Class of 2014, please move your tassels. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you for the final time the graduating class of 2014.